I've lived in various different towns throughout my life, and Blackpool is one of the most unique, welcoming communities there is.
I grew up in Blackpool, and my ambitions have always been to sort of like take the word that it's been a deprived town away from it.
Blackpool it's unfortunately always at the top of the wrong league tables. We've always got the bad headlines. People here experience a unique reality.
So across Blackpool, the problem is that young people have some of the worst outcomes in the country. That means we've got high levels of care leavers, we've got young people not achieving their basic skills before they leave school in order to succeed in life. And so a really radical and different approach is needed to be able to turn some of that around and create a new narrative and a new opportunity for those young people.
So the Blackpool 10-year education strategy is a collaborative endeavour between all education stakeholders in Blackpool to collectively improve the educational outcomes of all children in the town.
The Blackpool Education Improvement Board is the arena whereby the three major themes of our education strategy come together. So for example, the much lauded and praised and amazing work that's been going on with regard to Key Stage 3 literacy, together with the work that we've been doing on inclusion and also preparation for work, all of those are supporting each other in terms of what they're trying to achieve.
The Blackpool Education Improvement Board strategy is all about sustainable change. And yes, in terms of an area having a strategy, that is not unusual. But what is unusual about this strategy is really it's a vehicle to creating sustainable long-term change.
Young people, as they leave statutory education, fall off the radar. They don't go into further education, they don't go into employment, and they don't go into an apprenticeship. And there's absolutely no need for that in the country at the moment. There's plenty of opportunities. Blackpool, only a few years ago, was one of the highest, if not the highest, area to have that dropout. And what I'm really pleased with is the work that the Right to Succeed project is doing, is we can see positive decline in that number. We still have a way to go, but I'm confident with everybody pulling together, we'll get to 0%. We very quickly, as a group, moved from using the language of your students or that school's students or the college's students to they're actually our students. It's our community and it's our shared responsibility.
We didn't have that somebody to bring it all together. You know, people were always passionate, always had aspirations for how we would like to see things in the future, but we needed investment from somewhere like Right to Succeed to bring all that together to lead us towards the ultimate place that we are now in terms of working as a collective.
Working collectively on literacy for the town really means getting the right people around the table. And it's not just the educationalists, it's not just the people from the schools and the earliest settings and adult education, it's looking beyond that. Our strategic group has got experts from higher education, professors of education. So we've managed over the time to build a real expert group.
I think one big shift in terms of education generally has been evidence-based practice. Blackpool, very excitingly, has got a research school. So on our doorstep, we've got access to fantastic expertise. So making sure that has hooked us into every change has been, driven all our progress. First hand, I've seen children who coming into secondary school with very, very poor reading ages have made dramatic progress, and being then able to see them access the curriculum alongside their friends is really rewarding.
So I think it's fantastic that we've got major improvements in literacy outcomes. We've got much better inclusion work going on in our secondary schools, and also young people finding more work locally with the jobs that they want. So it's been a fantastic way in which we've been able to intertwine all of those projects together to improve the outcomes for young people in Blackpool. We have become much stronger in Blackpool because we do collaborate together.
There is lots of negativity sometimes surrounding towns such as Blackpool, and they fail to capture the positive things which are going on every single day. We have 44 absolutely brilliant schools where if you walk round, you see the productivity, you see the quality of the learning, you see happy children.
The children are just brilliant. They're so much fun to work with. They don't always have a great view of Blackpool, so I really want to change that, because they are fantastic and they are Blackpool to me. And if we can get other people to see Blackpool through their eyes, that would just change everybody's view, I think.
The positives about our school is the inclusivity, I would definitely say, and how our school is willing to help anyone that wants to do well.
So I think the prime example of my contribution to the 10-year education strategy has been making sure we recognise the role mental health plays in determining young people's educational experiences and outcomes. Having young people involved from the very start, make sure you've got your aim right where you want it to be and you're focusing on what's really going to make the difference.
We as a town, we need even more opportunities for the younger generation, as they will be responsible for Blackpool's future.
We will see better outcomes by 2030. I know that because I've seen, since I started in Blackpool in 2015, that things have changed massively. And actually that's about continuity. It's about, getting the right people in place, which we do have. It's about sustainable change. It's about high quality governance and challenge. And I see all these every single day. And I see real drive and determination in people to make a difference. So actually, if you come into somewhere where you think actually investment or effort will make a real difference, Blackpool is one of the places to come to.
The reason why we need investment in education in Blackpool is to ensure that young people have got the skills necessary to secure the posts that are going to arise in the town. So those are going to be around probably renewables and around digital technology.
So through this 10-year education strategy, we're hoping to see all of our schools, teachers, local community members, voluntary sector organisations and the local authority services that are involved in people's lives getting involved and to be part of seeing some of these tiny little bits of the system change in order to see a much bigger system change across the town. I think it's an incredibly exciting time to be working in education in Blackpool, and it's a real privilege to be part of this 10-year education strategy project.
We don't know what would happen necessarily if we were to completely unleash the potential of Blackpool.
Now we work as a collective. It's about whole community. It's about all the Blackpool students. We don't miss any child because we work together as a team, as a one. I can't even begin to articulate the impact that that's had on myself as a professional, on the colleagues that I work with, on the school communities that I work with, and as Blackpool as a whole.
In my later life, when I grow up, I want to sort of improve more employment opportunities for young people like myself, so more business things and more experiences for young people, rather than it just being, oh, Blackpool's a deprived town, I don't want to go there. It's more like, oh my God, you live in Blackpool.
We as a town, we need even more opportunities for the younger generation, as they will be responsible for Blackpool's future. And if we're able to teach them about the issues and what we can fix, then Blackpool should become a thriving city once again.